You are teaching people to disrespect you right now, and you probably don't even realize it. I spent 43 years as a clinical psychologist, listening to people tell the same story over and over. Someone in their life does not respect them. A boss, a parent, a spouse, a friend, and they want to know how to make that person change. After decades of this, I finally understood something most people never do. You cannot make anyone respect you. Respect doesn't work that way. But here's the key. You can stop doing the things that actively invite disrespect into your life. And chances are you've been doing those things today, maybe even in the last hour. I want you to understand something before we go further. I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm not going to tell you to stand in front of a mirror, recite affirmations, or visualize your best self. That's nonsense. What I'm sharing comes from decades of listening to thousands of people describe their relationships and watching the patterns repeat themselves again and again. What I'm going to tell you won't always feel comfortable. It requires looking at your own behavior instead of pointing at everyone else. First thing, stop giving detailed explanations for your decisions. Every time someone questions a choice you've made and you start justifying it, you are sending a message. My decisions require your approval. Research shows that excessive self-justification is linked to lower perceived confidence and authority. When you explain yourself to people who don't need an explanation, you position yourself beneath them. You make yourself smaller. I had a patient, a brilliant architect in her 40s, who couldn't understand why her mother treated her like a child. Every time her mother questioned a decision, career, parenting, anything, she spent 20 minutes defending herself. She presented evidence, gave reasons, practically built a legal case, and her mother kept questioning because the act of explaining itself trained her mother to expect a vote on every decision. The next time I told her to simply say, "Because I decided to," and then say nothing else. She was shocked but tried it. 2 weeks later, she called me in tears. Her mother was initially confused, then irritated, and then, for the first time she could remember, respectful. The endless explanations had trained disrespect. The moment she stopped, the dynamic shifted. Second thing, become comfortable with silence. I don't mean stewing inside, plotting your response. I mean actual silence. When someone says something disrespectful, you don't have to respond immediately or at all. Studies show that people who respond instantly to provocation are seen as more reactive and less authoritative. Silence communicates power. I'm not playing this game with you. A colleague of mine used to be constantly interrupted in meetings by a younger man. She tried everything, asserting herself, calling him out, joking. Nothing worked. I suggested she stop talking mid-sentence, just look at him in silence. She thought it was ridiculous, but tried it. The room went still. He stumbled over words and never interrupted her again. Interruptions are designed to provoke a reaction. remove the reaction, and you take away their power. Third thing, be willing to lose the relationship. This may sound extreme, but it's foundational. If you're not willing to walk away from someone who consistently disrespects you, you're signaling that their presence matters more than your respect. They know it, consciously or not, and they will act accordingly. I learned this painfully with my son Robert. He stopped calling 18 years ago over disagreements and boundaries I couldn't honor. I respected him for choosing self-respect, even though it broke my heart. I wish I had had that clarity younger. I wish I had known when to stop talking. Fourth thing, stop trying to change how people feel about you. Start focusing on what you will and will not accept. Almost everyone makes this mistake. They try to make others respect them instead of controlling what treatment they tolerate. You cannot force opinions or control perceptions, but you can control what behaviors you allow in your life. One patient asked how to stop her husband from dismissing her opinions. Instead of arguing for hours, I told her, stand up and leave the room when he dismisses you. No explanations, no announcements. She tried it. At first he was stunned, then angry, then careful. She didn't change his mind, she changed what she would accept, and that changed everything. Fifth thing, examine whether you genuinely respect yourself. People who truly respect themselves rarely face chronic disrespect. Not because disrespectful people vanish, but because self-respecting people don't tolerate it. They leave, create distance, and enforce their own value. If you constantly encounter disrespect, I'm not saying it's your fault, but I am asking you to honestly examine why you stay. Fear, dependency, hope. It's real, but it's also chains keeping you in place while someone treats you poorly. At some point, you must decide what matters more, the relationship or your self-respect. I chose wrong with my son. I prioritized pride over relationship. He chose differently. And even though it cost me 18 years of his presence, I understand why. Now I would do it differently. I would apologize. I would change. But I didn't have the wisdom then. I share this with you so you don't have to learn it the hard way. Respect is not something you earn from others. It's something you give yourself so thoroughly and completely that disrespect simply has nowhere to land. Stop explaining yourself unnecessarily. Sit in silence when provoked. Be willing to lose what doesn't serve you. Focus on what you accept, not how others perceive you. Examine your own self-respect, because that is the foundation of everything. I won't pretend it's easy. I failed at most of it for decades. I still fail sometimes. But I tell you this anyway. Maybe you'll listen. Maybe you'll save yourself the years I wasted. Maybe you'll call your loved ones before it's too late.